problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
We appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm the coach. That's Marley Bets. Picks from Dave and Money Moose. Yeah, is our special guest for today. And that's come into Texas land where these Aggies. One thing I will say, my team traveled up to Brazos Christian, which is in Bryan, Texas, which is like right next door to College Station. We had to ride through a neighborhood to get to the field. Every house in that neighborhood, everybody went to Texas A&M, and the flags were everywhere. So we got our ass whooped, but at least they lost. They felt a deeper loss than beating our ass and A&M losing. So anywho, Texas A&M taking on Miami. I think this is the game of the week for College Game Day. Would have been a whole lot better if the Aggies didn't get upset this past weekend. And I'm gonna try this with my voice. Is I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna try this. So excuse me. But the Miami Hurricanes 2-0 in the year, 1-1 against spread, taking on the Aggies of Texas A&M. They are 1-1 and 0-2 against the spread. This line opened up in favor of A&M -6.5. There are some fives out there and 5.5, but for the most part, fives is where it's at. So you can kind of get an idea where the money's coming in on. Actual factuals for the Hurricanes. They're 6-3 against the spread in the last 9 games, 7-1 straight up in the last 8 games, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games on the road, but 1 against the SEC conference opponent. 13-4 straight up in the last 17 games and 73 against the spread in the last 10. I ain't gonna lie, Mark, you probably gonna have to finish this one. I'm gonna finish this game right here. Texas A&M 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games. The unders hit 4 out of the last 6 games. They are 15-5 straight up in the last 20 games. 13-2 straight up in the last 15 games at the crib. 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games against the ACC conference opponent. 7-0 straight up in the last 7 games played on a week 3. Miami won 30-7 against Southern Miss, and A&M, like we said, got upset by App State. So, with that being said, since we're in the state of Texas, Marley, I'm gonna let you take this one. What's your play for this one, my boy?
Man, this one was tough. I don't want to overreact to the loss to App State because I think highly of App State, and I kind of want to say, well, I don't want to say they overlooked App State in preparing for this Miami game, but it kind of seems that way, like they were looking ahead. But then I think about it, like if you're overlooking App State, you're stupid. We talked about this Miami team and Van Dyke when we did the ACC, and we thought they would be better. But I'm not a believer in Cristobal. I don't know what to think of this Miami team. They played 2 cupcakes, and they did what they were supposed to do. Technically, this is their first test. I expect – no, they didn't. They didn't. I can't take Texas A&M minus the 5, but I do expect them to be on their shit. They probably got chewed out all week. So I expect them to be on top of their shit and ready to play. But I don't know how good, and I think that was Otis that said this earlier. I don't know how good King is, man. 33 for 55, 3 TDs and 2 interceptions, and the offense is only averaging 22 points a game. And that's against Sam Houston State and App State. So I think I have to take Miami plus the 5. I mean, I think that's the only way to look at this game. I haven't got to the window with that one yet, but I think that's the only way that I can look. I just don't really know what to expect from Miami because they haven't been tested. So as of right now, I just got to lean toward Miami plus the 5. I don't have nothing official.
All right. Got to say, Moose, do you have a play for this one?
I don't, but I think you're getting the shortest possible number you can get on Texas A&M because I am kind of looking at it, but the way I capped it is I had it at about 7.5, 8 on Texas A&M, and 5 doesn't really entice me enough If you set something up at like -3, I'd absolutely be jumping in on Texas A&M because I think it is an extremely short line. I think it is a huge overreaction to a very good App State team. I mean, an App State team that I expected a lot of big things from, and I actually was on them in that North Carolina game and kind of pulled the reins back a little bit. But they proved last week that they can play some really good strategic and executed football. Texas A&M's got to figure some things out, but you cannot look at that roster and not think that they are going to figure some shit out here. And Jimbo Fisher is not going to just sit back and get confused about what to do with talent. He doesn't have that issue. He will figure out how to use talent, whether it's making quarterback change. They didn't really get anything established on offense. I mean, they didn't really get their running game going. They never got a passing game going. And their defense is going to be good. We all saw that. We all know that their defense is going to be good, especially if their offense is able to move the ball and put pressure on the opposing offense. So I might get on Texas A&M here because I think I might have some people try to convince me, and it wouldn't take a lot. I think it's a short number, and if it goes any lower, it's going to be way more enticing to do it on my own.
All right. Picks from Dave. Go ahead.
So actually, the lines dropped half a point, which actually makes sense to me. I index this right at about 5 points. I hate spreads at 4 and 5 points. I bet the Saints at 5.5. I knew I was an idiot for doing that, but I did it anyways. And
I was right there with you.
I should have stuck with my gut. I don't think that. Anyways, we're not talking about NFL. I don't have a play in this game. You think that it would be an A&M game, being at home and coming back. I mean, even screwing the index. But here's the thing about Miami. Marley said it. We don't know how good they are. They played two crappy teams, and it's a new coach. This is the prove it game. Super interesting game to watch. Hoping for live action somehow, but I'm off it.
Yeah, I agree. I might get to the window. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm getting in Miami.
Fair point.
I feel like it's an A&M spot though. Like they got crushed last week. Feel like they're gonna bounce back. Like Moose said, if you look at the damn roster, I think they have the better roster. I mean, they're supposed to, right? They had like the top recruiting class last year and the year before, I believe.
Yes.
So, and apparently one of the best coaches. I like to think everybody respects Jimbo Fisher. So, but I don't know what I'm getting out of Miami, and I think 5 is too much. I agree with Dave. I hate like 4 or 5. I hate that number as a spread.
For me, it's usually underdog or nothing. Well, those kind of spreads.
Yeah.
If you like A&M, just play the alt line of -7. I mean, because
Ragu said it. It might be a first. I'll look at the first half for sure. They might come out guns blazing.
Oh, what's up, Ragu?
Hit her out. That's
I can agree with that. Nobody, Ragu. Nobody.
Yeah, right. Nobody.
Well, we kind of follow that little conference there, with like Coastal Carolina, UL, Lafayette was in there. So App State has a pretty good team, and they have some running backs who returned that are some studs. It's a lot of bets on that team. So, they're not just it shouldn't have been that damn shocking. It was shocking that an SEC team lost that's ranked top 10 to a non-Power 5 school, but they are good. Anywho, I don't have a play for this one either. If I were to make a lean, I would get in and get out, like somebody said in the chat. I believe it was Ragu. First half A&M, but this is Miami's time to show up. Show us what the hell you got going on. You come out there, beat A&M. Now you might have that pipeline again. We're getting some Texas breed back through that program. So we'll see.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.